Alright guys, welcome to your next video. This one's on how to solve two-step inequalities, specifically with negative coefficients, okay? So coefficient is this number right here that's with the x. It's with the variable. So this one, in this instance, is negative 12. So if that number is a negative number, you have to flip the inequality sign. Alright, remember the inequality sign is this one here. So you have to flip that, okay? So I go ahead and I draw a line when I start solving it. And then I go ahead and just solve like normal, and at the end we'll flip it. So we have a plus 60 here, so we're going to subtract 60 on both sides. And 48 minus 60 would be negative 12. And so now I have negative 12x is greater than negative 12, right? So now I divide by this negative 12 right here, okay? And when I do that, what it's going to give me is x, and negative 12 divided by negative 12 is 1. But since I divided by a negative, you have to flip this inequality sign, so it's actually going to go this way. It's going to be going from a greater than sign to a less than sign. All right, so your answer should say x is less than 1. All right, and so number 2, we have 3h plus 6 is greater than or equal to 24. So let's go ahead and solve this. So we have a minus 6 right here. That makes a 0 pair. Subtract 6 on this side as well. 24 minus 6 is 18. Bring the sign down. So now you have a positive 3h is greater than or equal to 18. So do we have to flip the sign on this one? No, we don't, because it's a positive coefficient right here. So we're going to divide by 3 on both sides, and h is greater than or equal to 6. All right, so this is the biggest thing about coefficients that will confuse us, okay? If it's a negative sign, we have to flip the inequality sign. I'm sorry. That's the biggest thing about inequalities that's going to confuse us, is that negative coefficient, okay? So make sure you wrote this down right here, because that's really huge. So we'll go on to number 3 now. And we have negative 4 minus 5r is greater than 36. So again, we're going to solve like normal. So we're most of the time the coefficient and the variable will be the first thing in the problem, but this time it's not, right? So we have to solve with the constant first. The constant is the number that doesn't have a variable with it. So this would be negative 4. So what's the opposite of a negative 4? It's a positive 4. So that makes a 0 pair. Add 4 on this side, and that makes 40. So bring the sign down, and now you have negative 5r is greater than 40. So remember, this is a negative 5. So we're going to divide by negative 5 here. And so you guys know 40 divided by 5 is 8. Okay, 40 divided by 5 is 8. We still have a negative here, so that's a negative 8. And we have to flip this inequality sign because of this rule, like I said, right up here. Flip that inequality sign to the other side. So now you have r is less than negative 8. All right, and then you just graph them like normal. Thanks, guys.